Alright, so I'm just going to show you really quick how I edit the exterior of a house for real estate photography. We'll jump right in. So this is the photo we're working with. First of all, I'm going to crop it, straighten it up just a little bit. Get it right. Make sure the house is nice and centered in the photo. Then I'm going to do a little transform here with the vertical. As you can see, like obviously the house was taller than me, so it looks like it sloped upward. So we're just going to pull this down some to straighten it out. But then that makes it look like it's angled to the side, so then we'll go back and rotate it a little bit. Just want everything to look nice and squared away, good and straight, and make sure the house is front and center in the photo. So that looks pretty good as far as the cropping is concerned. Next, we'll just do the usual highlights and shadows. So we're going to bring down these highlights so that we see this detail in the sky here. So you can see some of those clouds, same for the lights. So it'll kind of flatten it out, but then you've got the shadows in these bushes, this tree here. So we want to boost those to bring a little more detail out. So this is pretty much just flattening the lighting across the image as a whole. I'm going to boost this exposure just a little bit, kind of brighten it up. Oops. And then we're going to use the contrast slider here to breathe a little bit of life back into the photo. So we don't want to go too extreme, something like this, but I do like to push it on up there. Usually go around 50-ish. Anywhere between 50 and 60 is kind of a sweet spot for me. Add a little clarity and texture just to add to the leaves on the ground here, because it's fall. It's a beautiful fall day, even though it doesn't look beautiful. I don't know, I like fall and I like all the colors. So next we'll jump down to our colors here. So we'll go to saturation. We're going to pull these back and forth to the extremes, so that when it's on 100% you can see where the color really is in the picture, because there might be a color hiding in a shadow or a highlight or something that you don't really notice until it's pushed all the way up, which can give the picture a weird tint or add some color noise into it. So I just like to push those up and see what I'm working with. So the red, not really a whole lot of red, so we won't mess with that much. And then the orange, when we pull it down, you'll see that that is a huge portion of the picture, probably half of it, because that's what color all the leaves are. I want to show that orange color just because it is fall time. It was fall time during this picture, so I'm going to boost that a little bit. And then you'll see the yellows, though, when we push that up, in that tree and the grass, and let's just work really that yellow in person from what I remember. I'm going to desaturate those a little bit. And then you see the green, so you've got the bushes and some of the trees. I'm going to boost that some just to add some green to the photo. Aquas, let's see, I don't really see those anywhere, so well, there's a little in the door there, but that's it. So I boost those a little bit just to make the front door pop. And then we've got the blue. So the house to the right obviously is very blue, but other than just a little bit in the clouds, I don't see much blue. So we'll boost that a little bit. And then the purple and magentas, see where those are at. I don't see them very much, so I'm not very worried about those. So now let's look at the luminance of each. So the orange obviously was half the photo, all the leaves again, so we want to focus on that here. I'm going to lighten those some. And then our yellows. So in the tree, in the grass, Probably boost those some just to make them lighter. And then our greens, so the shrubs and the trees, boost those up so that they stand out. Aquas, not a whole lot going on. And then the blues again are the sky and the house. And let's see, purple and magenta. Huh? Yeah, probably not that deep. Hang on a second. Magenta, don't see much of that, so we will not mess with that very much. Then we will look at the hues again with the orange. Pull it down a little bit. Yellows, yeah. I'll probably push those into the green some. No. Yep, that's just gonna bring those down some. And then the greens. I like that pop of green that it adds, so I'm gonna push those up. Aquas, not much happening there. Maybe a little bit in the green parts, but so I'll just push those toward the green a little bit. Blues, pretty much always bring blue down toward aqua. Just more of a natural looking color. And purple and magenta again don't show up very often, so I'm not gonna mess with those. So next we'll go on to, well, the color grading here. I don't really use that hardly ever, so I'll just skip down to detail. Push my sharpening up, usually go about 70-75, and then do my mask about 25-ish, somewhere in that range. Don't know why, that's just what I do, and it works for me. Then we'll do our noise reduction there and add lens correction to correct any profile issues. Gonna crop again here, rotate it just a little bit after the lens correction. Change the angle just a hair. So now I'm gonna go to add a mask, and the sky is still a little bright, and so we want to darken that, so we're gonna choose select sky and then bring our exposure down. Also bring the highlights down. So as you can see, that brought a lot of detail out in the sky, instead of just having a blown out white blob in your image. You can now see some clouds. We'll make them, add a little bit of blue to them just to make it more appealing. Let me adjust the tint here just a hair. Okay. So then I am going to do another mask, a linear gradient, and do it on the bottom of the image. And then I'm going to decrease the exposure here because we want the focus of the image to be the house. And so this will lead your eyes from the bottom of the image to the house. So another mask, and we'll select subject to select the house, and then we'll actually brighten this just a little bit so that it stands out. Bring our shadows on up. Bring our highlights down, maybe just a hair. Yep. And that looks pretty good there. So our before and our after. Makes a huge difference. And this was all done on a single photo, no HDR, no flash pops, nothing. Just a single photo in Lightroom, and it made this property, it would make me want to stop and look at it if I were scrolling through houses. And that's the goal.